Hello again. I just wanted to kind of start this morning on the right foot, however that might be. I rolled out of bed this morning. That's a good thing. Um, I'm wearing clean clothes. I have things to be thankful for. Um, it's a new day. So I have a new beginning and I have a new decision to make whether or not I'm going to make today the fullest. And today I have decided that I'll live my best life and I'll live today to the fullest, making the best choices that are available for me. Whether they be with my spiritual being, with my mental health, with my eating habits, all of those things, I get choices today. And so I choose to exercise those choices and give myself permission to treat myself right today and not neglect the things that I need to do in order to take care of myself. Because if I can't be taking care of myself and be making choices that affect me or benefit me, then I cannot turn around and be able to help other people being my best me. I guess that I originally started out the videos so that other mothers would know that there is hope moving through the grief process, and every grief process is unique to each person. The grief for a son may be the same. It may be the same kind of grief, but the way that you deal with it and the way that you filter it through the different choices that you go through during the day, whether you decide to stay in bed or whether you decide to get up, those are unique only to you. And so I just want to make sure that you know that that other mothers that are out there have gone through it, that you can draw strength from others, that you can draw hope from your environment even. And if your environment is not conducive, that where you're not getting the support that you're needing, change your environment. Find people that will support you. Find a support system. Log into a chat room if you need to. Go to SIDS America. If you have suffered a loss due to stillbirth or miscarriage of a pregnancy, then certainly seek sources to find help in your grieving process. This is my first year out of the grief process. So coming up in April, it will be the beginning of the second year that I will be without my son. I would say that I have experienced, been able to kind of analyze some of the things that I've gone through throughout the year and reflect on them and make better choices and decisions going forward, just to make a positive experience out of every day. And it's been difficult. There's no qualms about that. It has certainly been a difficult process. I'll kind of share something that I went through the other day with a good friend. We went to a Mexican restaurant, and we were just kind of discussing the events around losing my son. And we both work in an industry that where we support people going through death of a loved one and losses within their lives. And as we began to discuss the loss at different ages, she made the comment, she said, I would think that if you had had your son here for several years, let's say up to the age of 30, and then you lost him, it would be harder than you having lost your son at 11 weeks. Now, I'm not going to fault her for that. She doesn't understand. I don't think that any one grief is harder than the other. It's all hard. You are the individual that's experiencing it. Whether it be that you lost someone at the age of 30 years or 90 years, or 11 weeks, or you never got to meet them and you lost them in utero. It's still grief. It's still a loss. It's still someone missing in your life. I reflected on what she said before I answered. I didn't have any anger about it when I answered her. I was able to say, here's the reasons why I'm grieving. There are things that I won't be able to see my son do. I didn't get to see his first steps. And around about the age that he may have began to taking his first steps, I was constantly thinking about, this would have been about the age that he would have done this. Or on his first birthday. This is the day that he would have had his first birthday. And coming up on what would be his second birthday. This would have been his second birthday. Those types of things are the grieving process that I am going through. Now, somebody with a 30-year-old son, they already have those memories, and they're grieving those memories. That the person isn't there to continue with more memories. That all those good times that they got to experience, they've experienced and the life was cut short. I can't tell you that either one of those is harder. I haven't experienced losing a 30-year-old son. I've experienced losing my best friend, who was the same age that I was. I think I was about 19 or 20 whenever I lost Alicia. There was a lot of things that remind me of her. Still do. Every once in a while I'll think that I'll see somebody that looks a lot like her, and it'll bring a smile to my face, and then I'm reminded that she's not really here. I still continue to stay in touch with her mother, and by email and Facebook and ways that you're able to stay in touch with people. There's so much multi ways of media now that you almost just can't you can't miss staying in touch with people. And if you'll use it in that manner to stay in touch with people and cultivate those relationships, the support that you'll glean from it is just amazing. I know with Alicia, there were many memories that I was able to make all the way through our growing up together. In the process that I met her in high school, and then the time that I lost her. And I realized that she was a good friend and much like a sister. However, the grieving for that is different. But neither one was easier. Not by any means. And so I thought about what my friend said, and she meant no harm by it. Because I know her heart. She's a good person. She meant no harm at all. But I understand that some people will filter things through what they know or what they understand, and without any intentions, they'll hurt you. So I encourage you to draw strength in the power of forgiveness. And that can be really hard, especially when there are people that may think that you deserve what you're going through, if they're your enemy. I don't think that anybody deserves to have to go through loss. In fact, I know that no one deserves that. No one deserves that at all. And don't let anyone condemn you about it. Don't receive that this was somehow God's purpose. It wasn't. Well-intentioned people sometimes hurt you the most. It was not God's intention or purpose to take away a life that He had blessed you with. I don't know or have the explanations or all the answers for that. But I know that it was not in His plan, purpose, nor intentions to hurt or harm us. And so going forward with that thought, be able to forgive people. Sometimes they just don't know what they're saying. And the empowering part is that you can go forward without being bitter. And you can release that hurt by forgiving. But in the meantime, stay encouraged, be strong, and I will be recording again sometime soon. Thank you so much.